All right, hey there, it's Michael Fitzpatrick, and I wanted to just pay something forward here. Today at lunch, I actually had a great meeting with Father Paul Manning from St. Paul Inside the Walls, and we had a spectacular conversation really about trends and cultures and things that are spreading and whatnot, and how do you build a community and all those different types of things. But what we were talking about was something called the Diffusion of Innovation. And what that is, it's a theory that seeks to explain how, why, and at what rate new ideas and technology spread through cultures. And a gentleman by the name of Everett Rogers wrote a book back in 1962 called Diffusion of Innovations. And the book says that diffusion is a process in general. And there's four main elements to this whole thing. And I'm going to talk at the end of this video, which again is short, about the powerful part of our conversation today, which is not part of this right now. This is leading up to that, just so you have a little bit of a background. So in any event, the four main elements that influence the spread of a new idea. Number one is the actual innovation itself. So that's the idea. That's the iPad, the iPhone, Viridian, the catalyst for change. It's just the idea, the concept, the innovation. That's number one. Number two is the communication channels. Running out of room there. The communication channels. How do you get this message out there, to the world, to the universe? The third one is time. Okay, and the fourth one is a social system. So, these were the four main elements that influence the spread of any new idea. Now, it also goes on to say that the process relies heavily on human capital. Not capital in general necessarily, but human capital, which is why a word-of-mouth model, friends and family, if you can incentivize and compensate people for spreading messages. I mean, you tell people about a good movie or a good restaurant, but nobody pays you for that. So when you have a new idea, right, and it's innovative, you've got to figure out what your communication strategy is going to be to get it out there, in what period of time, how fast can this take place, because the innovation must be widely adopted in order for it to self-sustain. And it goes on to say that within the rate of adoption, there's a point at which innovation reaches critical mass. And that's going to be where you're rolling this boulder up a hill, and that's the tough part, right? So this is the top, and you're down here, and you're pushing and pushing and pushing, and once you roll that ball all the way up there, you reach a level of critical mass, and then down here is really where the journey just goes for a ride, like a roller coaster ride. Now, there's 5 different groups that are involved in this whole process. So once you have the innovative idea, then you're going to have 5 main groups of people that are on board. Okay, so the first group that you have is the innovators themselves. So that's group number 1. Okay, those are the idea creators. Okay, from there you have the early adapters. Those are people who kind of buy the first of anything. Anything brand new that comes out, the iPad, the iMini, the iPhone, a new car, a hybrid, a new flat screen TV. Okay, there's what referred to as the early adapters of anything. Then you have the third group, which is the early majority. That's the first 50% wave, right? Now from there, you have the late majority after that. Okay? Then the fifth one is you have laggards. Okay, so when you innovate something, you're going to have a different level of groups that are involved with how they adopt and adapt this program or this product into their life. So here's the deal. What you want to do is when you're building a business or a team, you want to find people who, for example, Steve Jobs created this whole, Apple world that we all live in with the iPads and the iPhones and all these different, iTunes and whatnot. So he was the innovator. Then there was a lot of early adapters, who kind of bought these products right away, and they created some momentum. Then you had the early majority, the first half of people that said, wow, this really is pretty cool, I'm gonna get involved as well. Then you have the people who were like, well, you know what, we might as well catch up a little bit. And the laggards are the ones that at the very end, they say, well, everybody's doing it, we might as well do it too. So you want to find people who are kind of in the early adapter / early majority phase because they're the ones that are going to help you spread a message virally, right? They're the ones that are going to be there early on and get involved, and then the momentum is going to start to build. So anyway, I want to just pass this along. It's called a diffusion of innovation, and it can be used in your life, in your family, in your business, in your Viridian or your network marketing company. It can be used in your parish or your synagogue. Whenever you're looking to kind of bring people together, these are the ones that get involved early on and help set the pace for you going forward. So you want to find people who see something, get it, lock arms with you, and go to work. And then ultimately, they're going to help to influence the latter part here. These aren't bad people or wrong people. It's just a process of evolution, okay? And some people take a little bit more time or take longer to get involved with something, and some people get involved right away. So it's not right or wrong. It's just identifying, who's who at what stage. So anyway, hope it was helpful. I just wanted to pass it along to you. It was a great conversation I had with Father Paul. And if you're watching this, Father Paul, thank you very much. Otherwise, guys, have a great day. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.